here we are in Final Cut Pro, and I'm gonna teach you the basic interface and at the same time the basic function on how you're gonna start your project and the settings and the effects that we could explore throughout this activity. So at first, as you open, maybe for some of you, you already have some items here below, like a film script and some other items here. Let's begin with clearing out the workspace. So go ahead and click the window. Sorry, window, and then workspaces. Make sure na naka-default siya. Okay, default. So it should look something like this. Now the next is please click on this green maximize, so we could all get into. Sana naghang sa akin. Sorry. So click on the maximize button here. So you should be able to see at least the whole picture of everything. Now, if this is on or pag nakabukas tong window na to, please kindly click on this icon here para mawala mo na yan. Alright. So on the left panel here, this is called, this is where our projects, our event are named. Di ba sa Premiere ang tawag ay project? Sa Final Cut, ang tawag sa kanya ay events, right? So we're gonna create a new event, and then we're gonna name this. Actually, sorry, we're gonna hold on. Console. Why is that? Okay. Sige, right-click tayo dito sa sa untitled sa taas. And then, can you click? Why is it ayaw? Here, click on the untitled mismo. And then, click on Close Library. Okay? So, it should close everything on the left pane. And then, click on Open Library. We're gonna create a new library. So, everything, lahat ng Final Cut Pro files nyo would be under this library. So, let's go ahead and create new and write down dito, MMA156L dash your section dash dash your last name. And then do not click save. Can you click on the arrow here para lumaki yun? And then go ahead and sa desktop and locate that in your folder under your name. Wag sa week, ha? Di ba may week 1 tayo? So wag sa under week 1, just dun sa pinakaunang folder lang. And just click save. Now once you have done that, you would see that you would have parang similar idea kanina. Now this is automatically created an event which is dated today. So we want to use this event para hindi tayo gumawa. Just go ahead and double click or press enter. And then just go ahead and write down here week 1. So sa lahat ng gagamitin natin mga material, we want it to be under week 1. Okay? Kasi sometimes per week we will have multiple exercise and we will under it week 1. Alright. So now, just go ahead and click new project here, or you can click here below, new project. And we're gonna have this as exercise exercise ba to? Exercise 2, right? Which is yung, kasi exercise 1 natin, yung Premiere. So exercise 2, under event week 1, right? Now sa custom setting, right here, you could actually, parang yung sa sequence setting ng Premiere, you could create anong klaseng video resolution or type of format, resolution, and frame rate. Rendering would be based upon an Apple codec, Apple ProRes 422, and this will be fine. 720 is fine. Resolution, you can make it. Let's make it lower to 960 720 para lang hindi masyado malaki sa pag-render mamaya. Okay. As you can see, this new version of Final Cut has a 360-degree feature and a 5K feature. Okay, I mean pang mga high def talaga yan, but we're just gonna go for 720. And 960, 720. Ito palaging gamitin nating setting para maliit lang na file. Okay? Huwag nyo gamitin na 1280. Ito lang, 960-720. And then the audio would be basic, just stereo and 48 kilohertz. Just in case if you need something very specific, you can go surround. But let's just go for stereo. Okay, make sure exercise 2. Can you rename this to your last name na din? Para pag render natin, hindi natin i-rename. Okay, so exercise 2, then last name right here. Okay, if you're done, press OK, and then you would see here. Sa baba, nagkaroon ng parang black row. This is called timeline sa Final Cut. Okay, timeline. And the timeline allows us to see the whole sequence of the editing position. Diba sa Premiere, you have this, yung sequence sa Premiere, merong layers, diba? 3 video, 3 audio. Final Cut has this very unique streamlined workflow where it seems like everything is connected into one thing. Okay, so makikita natin yung mamaya. Now, let's go over here. Can you click this icon first para mawala tong inspector window? So that we have the full view of the preview. Okay? You got it? Ito dito sa taas. Okay? The inspector. Ang tawag sa kanya ay si inspector. We'll cover that later. Okay. Now, you must have this view, okay? Let's start with the right preview view. So nandito yung resolution, frame rates, audio, title of the project, and you have the view. So make sure naka-fit lang tayo palagi. Okay? Now, here you have, when you click view, this is interesting, but this is a bit technical. Currently, nandito tayo sa just the normal view of the videos, which is wala pa tayo nakiklik na video, kaya wala pa siyang pini-preview. But later on, you could actually check a lot of other options like, focus on the channels, kung mga reds lang ang gusto mo makita doon sa video, or gusto mo, video scopes, or other coloring options for you to be able to check some, tawag dito, yung margins and safe zones if you're concerned about those areas as well. Sige, dito na tayo sa gitna. So you have here exercise 2. This is the project. Lahat ng gantong icon, this is the project. Now we're gonna import a video. Okay, so dito sa arrow on the top, right here, you can click on to that at lalabas tong another window for import. Now, ang gagamitin natin video is the video under your week 1 materials entitled confrontation scene. Okay, I want you to get into that confrontation scene. And we're gonna use that video. Okay, kuha niya na, confrontation scene. Nasa MMA sa pinakalabas sa folder. Huwag niyo akong gayahin kasi iba tong sa akin. Okay. MMA156L week 1 materials. So you go to your desktop, and you have to go to import first, diba? Go to import here. The arrow. Yan. Got it? Have you found? Make sure nasa desktop tayo. Desktop, yes? This is the old version. Here. Got it? Now, if you have it, do not click import yet. I just have to explain a few more things to you. Okay. Now, on the right panel here, nakita nyo na ba? You guys okay? Were you able to find? Okay. On the panel here on the right, some few settings that I think is so important later on pag lalo't madami na tayong ine-edit. So currently, once we click this video, obviously nasa ibang location siya, di ba? Compared to sa location ng library natin. So if you want this, you could actually add this to the existing event, which is this is what we want. Here, you could either have the file copied to the library or you leave it in its place. So we want to copy the file to the library. Kasi in the future, ang ipapakopy ko sa inyo sa flash drive is yung library file. Okay, so kahit anong Mac ang puntahan nyo na may Final Cut, basta dala nyo yung library file na yun, lahat ng videos, lahat ng materials, nakalagay sa library. Kaya you wanna make sure that you copy it to the library. Kasi if not, kung leave the file in its place, then wala kang copy sa library. Okay? So, copy to library. And sa baba, transcoding. I just want to kind of focus on this one for a while. Transcoding is similar to pre-render. Alam mo yung pre-render sa Premiere? Right? If you press enter, it's pre-rendering, right? So, what it does is, it allows the particular clip to be rendered at that particular time. Para pag nag-full render ka na, hindi na mahirapan si processor na i-render ang buong video kasi naka-pre-render na siya. Okay, the difference between optimized media and proxy media is the quality of the decoding, okay, or transcoding. The proxy media, it's only decoding or transcoding 50% of the quality. Kasi ang ginagawa ni Final Cut is, di ba, .mp4 yung video. Tinatranscode na, di ba yung kanina sa video settings, yung Apple ProRes 422. So, pag nag-transcode ka, kino-convert na to into that native Apple format para mas mabilis yung editing. Saka para mas fluid siya at mas maging raw how the effects and other options will be applied. Optimized media is 50% si optimized media, 25% si proxy. So, this is essential pag medyo mabagal yung Mac natin or pag sobrang laki ng file, hindi mo naman kailangan ganun kalaki. Di ba? Kunyari, 5K yung video na raw file. Tapos, ang gagawa mo namang na video is para lang sa, di ba? Para lang sa mobile device. Hindi mo naman kailangan 5K para sa mobile. So, doon ka na lang sa optimize para hindi ka na mahirapan mag-render at mag-process yung PC for other effects. Kasi mabigat yun eh. Okay? So, as of now, since compressed na kasi in .mp4, we're not gonna use this. But in the future, this will be so essential later on. Alright, so we'll click import selected. Now you should view your bin. It should look something like this, okay? So make sure itong option dito ay naka all clips here. Now if you click on the next icon, it will toggle two kinds of view. The first is the film strip view. The second is the traditional list view. Okay? Film strip view and list view. Sa baba, makikita nyo dito lahat ng item ng under week 1 event. Diba? Yung project, saka yung week 1 na video natin. This is yung confrontation scene sa files nyo. Okay. So you could toggle this later on. So nandito yung project, naka-categorize, then pwede nyo i-minimize and nandito yung video. On this side, this would be the options for the view. As you can see, you can adjust pag masyadong malaki, pag masyadong maliit. Right? And then, ganong yung duration ng pinaka-preview. Gusto mo ba yung half a second or 30 minutes? You know, depende yan. So, basically for views lang naman yan. You can click here for waveform just in case if you're already aware of the audio that you want to check, that you want to look into the clip. Okay? That'll be it muna. Any questions so far? Sige. Naka-record naman to so you can watch this back as we do the exercise. Alright. Now, the next one is on alam mo yung, di ba sa Premiere, may dalawang window? Diba? So, this serves like that window on the left. Okay? And you could actually select portion of the clip for you to be able to import it in the timeline. Now, there are two ways to actually do this. We can do it the traditional way, which is, hindi siya traditional. The one way is for us to choose a particular portion. Kunyari, ang gusto ko lang, by the way, for some of you na baka walang gantong option na skimming, you could click it here. Pag naka-click tong left icon, it means nag-skim lang ang video. Right? So you hover your mouse at nag-skim na siya over the video. If you click on the next icon na para may waveform, it will also include the audio in the skimming. Okay? So again, I like it the audio off kasi nakakahilo. Nakakahilo siya pag pag naka-on yung audio, ang ingay. All right. So one way we could do this, which I think it's really even more efficient in doing editing for the bigger projects, is the INO, di ba? Input and output. So example, kunin natin tong scene na to, itong part na to, right? Yung salita yung lalaki, yung buong salita niya bago mag-response yung babae. So we could actually have it, i-hover mo yung mouse sa starting point and press I, and then you hover your mouse until the end point ng speech ng lalaki, and then press O. As you can see, there is a highlighted area in the film strip, right? So one way is this is one way na pwede nating i-import yung video sa timeline, right? So you could click over here. There are 4 ways on how this selected video will be imported in the timeline. Either, nakalagay dyan yung una, connect the selected clip to the primary storyline. So if I click this, as you can see, nandito yung video na, di ba? Nasa taas. Pero, naka-connect lang siya sa primary storyline. Kasi itong row na to na may dark portion, this is called the primary storyline, pinaka-center ng storyline. So, ibig sabihin, yung clip na kinuha natin ay naka-connect lang siya sa pinaka-storyline. Hindi talaga siya nasa storyline. Okay? I'm gonna undo, Command Z. The next option is the split it in the middle. So, obviously, wala naman siyang ikakat sa middle, kaya nasa storyline siya directly. The other one is the append to the far right or to the end of the storyline. So again, it will look similar because wala naman siyang clip in between. And in this one is overwrite. Example, i-move ko tong tracker natin sa gitna. Here. Example, I'm gonna move my tracker here. Naka-select pa rin to. If I'm gonna try the last option, tingnan niyo yung mangyayari sa storyline. I-overwrite niya. Diba? Undo ko. The next one, I have my marker here. And if I have this option here, see what happens? Siniksik lang niya yung sarili niya sa gitna. Now, nakadepende to kung saan nasan yung marker. Pag nasa gitna tong marker, dito na isisiksik yung sarili niya. Okay? Pero pag ang kakaiba nito sa overwrite is i-overwrite niya from the beginning of the clip. Ito naman, isisiksik niya yung sarili niya in between multiple clips. Okay? You'll get used to this later on as you keep editing. And then the last one, the third option is you put the clip at the end of the clips. Right? Okay. So this is one way in doing it, and I think this is the efficient way in doing it. Sige, balik lang tayo dito sa preview. Now, we have selected this particular part here, right? Now, if you go ahead and you click here sa taas, mark, and there's this option for shortcut. F, backspace, and U. Okay, F, backspace, and U. What this, medyo organize ko lang kung paano tayo mag-import. Kasi, again, in the production process, this will be essential. Mamimili lang tayo ng portion sa clip na gusto nating isama doon sa timeline. Okay? So, I want this first selection. And if I press F, nakita nyo merong green sa taas. Right? Okay, I'm gonna select another part. Kunyari, I'm gonna select this part kung saan nakafocus sa camera. Right? Again, I'm gonna, either I will use INO or you can actually drag your mouse over. Click and drag your mouse. Click and drag your mouse. Sorry, here. Click and drag my mouse until this part. Kunyari, I'm gonna press F. Tapos, kunyari, may scene dito. Kunyari, etong scene na to. Ayoko to, ayan, etong scene na to, yung nagbukas yung pito. Ayoko yung isama. Right? So, I could actually highlight that. And when I press backspace, may red na mark sa taas. Now, what this does is, bago ka palang nag-edit, nakapili ka na ng mga good shots or good portion ng clip. And if you click on the sort and get into like favorites, nandito na yung mga good shot na nakapili. So therefore, when you edit later on, mas mabilis siya. Kasi the usual way I did it before, di ba, the usual way natin, drag everything in the timeline, cut, delete, move. Ang tagal nun, it costs a lot of time. But this is a bit efficient. I think a really more efficient way of doing editing. Why? Because before you even get into the transitions, audio effects, and all that, already in mind, meron ka ng storyline na nabuo. At ang gagawin mo lang mamaya, i-stitch mo lang siya literally. Right? This is the fundamental way of doing it, based upon the editing styles for the past decades. Okay, they would choose what portion of the clip, and then they would actually highlight that. All right. So that could be something interesting that you might want to try. A new practice maybe for some of you. Kasi ako, laki din ako sa sanay na drag lahat, di ba? 10 video yan, kahit may mga bad shot, drag mo lahat, saka kang mag-delete, di ba? And then move na lang. And parang, it's on the moment ka lang nakakagawa ng storyline, but this is really a bit more planned in a way that bago ka pa lang mag-edit, meron ka ng storyline na namimili ka na clips para pag in-edit ka, isang baksakan na lang lahat. Right? One option na meron ng bagong Final Cut is if you click on a particular mark, right-click, you see here, meron ka nang pwedeng i-assign na particular roles. Okay? This is a bit getting deeper into the options, but this is also an effective one where, di ba may mga scene na parang wala namang vocals or dialogue, may mga scene na puro dialogue, so at least in an overview, makikita mo na ilan ang dialogue mo, ilang percentage ang walang dialogue, and even that could entail how you're gonna tell and the narrative, how you're gonna tell the story and the narrative impact that it will bring. Making sense ba ako? Alright, so sige. Go ahead and I'll choose the next clip here. Di ba nakita na may kamay na sa taas? You can just drag that down as well if you want to. I'm gonna click or choose another. I'm gonna choose two more clips for me to use. Anong gagamitin ko? Ito gusto kong gamitin ko. Yan. And move it here. Drag it down there. Tapos itong part na to. Ayan. So now I have 4 clips ongoing, right? In this timeline that we have. Now, kulang ba sa view? Ba't hindi kita? Okay. Kulang nga sa view, hindi kita. Ayan. So if I click here on the icon here on the far right, nandito naman yung view for the timeline. Kanina, di ba, parang similar dito, pero pang preview lang kasi ito, di ba? So here is the view for the timeline itself. Now, this is a bit more, it has a bit more options for us to choose. The first one is the zoom in, zoom out. The second one is what type of icon or thumbnail would you like for it to show. The first one is showing only the audio, 100%. The second one is around 50-50 or 75-25. 75 on the audio, 25 on the video, 50-50 to 50 on the audio, 50 on the video, and 75-25, and then purely video. So you could choose, and ito, walang video, walang audio. Purely, yung pangalan lang ng video itself. Okay, so again, it depends on you how you want to choose it. Ano yung mas komportable ka mag-edit. This is the height of the video. Okay? And then, see here, nandito na yung clip rows natin. Nakita nyo? Now, this is essential in your editing in film. Example, di ba? Right-click ko to, lagyan ko to ng roll na video. Kunyari, lagyan ko to ng dialogue 1. See here, di ba nagkaroon siya ng dialogue? Ito, wala tong dialogue. I'm gonna just write here, effects. So, as you can see, may color coding na tayo. Tapos, if you, makikita agad natin dito kung ano yung role ng clip. Naka-color coding siya. Saka na additional siya dun sa pinaka-title nung thumbnail. So again, these are little information added for you to be able to see your project in a whole picture and yet in a very detailed manner. And again, it takes time to develop or to get used to this kind of extra setting options for you to be able to utilize. I'm just giving you this as an option, so maybe if you want to edit it this way, you may utilize these options. Okay? Any questions so far? Nakaka-follow naman? Okay lang? You guys still there? Okay, sige na. Okay, let's get into the tools that we have here on this portion of the timeline. So far, nasa select tool tayo. Please be please memorize the shortcuts, okay? It will make your life easier. Letter A is for select. What we're doing, we're selecting, okay? We're selecting. The next one is trim. Now, the trim is interesting. If you click one clip, right? Diba, etong clip na to, nasan to? Diba, ang equivalent nito is etong part na to, right? Do you remember? Right? So, the equivalent of this clip is here. So, if I click on trim, what it does is, as you can see, hindi gumagalaw yung duration niya sa timeline, pero, namumove mo yung position niya dun sa original clip. Nagigets nyo? Right? So, do you understand? This is an interesting tool kung ayaw mo na magalaw yung duration ng pinaka-whole timeline, but you want to adjust the clip that it shows on the whole timeline. The next option is position. Now, position is different from select. Position is basically once you move a particular clip into a particular duration or time, nakikita nyo gumagawa siya ng, ang tawag dito ay black video or blank video. Now, please bear in mind na nagre-render din to o nire-render din to. Okay? And so, you want to make sure that position is something that you use carefully. Para sa ng position? Position is for an option where if you would want to move a clip but you don't want to adjust the whole timeline. Kasi may magnetic, parang magnetic kasi itong timeline na to eh. So example, I'll go to select, right? Example, tingnan natin. Itong week 1, week 1. Itong maliit na clip na to, if I want to move this out, tingnan na mangyayari. Diba, nag-a-adjust yung buong timeline. Kasi ganito yung nature ng timeline ng Final Cut. So if I don't want to adjust the time, I could just click position, and I could move this out of the place, and I would still retain the timing that I have posed. This is essential later on kung magsisync ka kasi sa music at sa video. Nag-gets yun to? Okay. The next is I'm gonna skip the range selection. But basically, the range selection is you can select a particular range in a clip and the effects and the settings can only be applied within that range. Diba? Usually sa Premiere, pag nakaklik tong buong clip, nag-apply ka ng effects, apply dyan sa lahat. Right? Kung gusto mo i-apply lang sa first 2 seconds, kailangan mo i-cut. Diba? Tapos, saka mo apply effects doon. Sa Final Cut, you can just click range selection and then apply the effects later on. It will only be applied within that range. On the other hand, range selection is also used if, example, ayaw mo na tong part na to, right? Then just click on backspace or delete in your keyboard. Backspace, right? At makakat na yung gitna. Okay? So that's the use of it as well. Diba? Unlike sa Premiere, dalawang blade pa, tapos press in the middle, tapos cut it, right? This one is just highlight, cut. Ganun lang siya kasimple. Blade tool, it's the usual cut tool or blade tool. Same sa Premiere. No need for explanation, right? Just cut, cut, cut. Ganun lang, same. Ang galing ng bagong version. Dotted lines ang ginawa nila. Kasi sa lumang version, just normal cut lang yan. Zoom is parang ano na to. Same na to with this one. Okay? Same na to on this one. And then hand, kasi minsan, sobrang lawak na ng timeline. It's hard to scroll up and down. So hand will be the best option. Okay? Hand will be the best option. So far, any questions? Okay lang? Naka-follow pa? Sige. Now, the next, I'm gonna move forward, okay? The next for us is, I want to explain how the timeline works at yung nature niya. As you can see, wala siyang audio and video layers. Kasi nga, this is how Final Cut arranged their editing platform. Pero, makikita natin kung nasan yung audio at nasan yung video. I'm just gonna put this 50-50. Okay. Now, if you right-click, and go ahead and click expand audio, lalabas yung parang, di ba, yung unlink sa Premiere, where you would actually see the separation of video and audio. Now, as of now, magkasama pa rin yan kasi nga wala pa naman tayong ginagawang separation. If you right-click again and you Nasaan na ba? You click here, detach audio. Then now you're separating the audio from the video clip independently. So now you could move this away. And then you could move this in a different location. Now, you may have noticed that, di ba usually ang Premiere, ang audio nasa baba lang. And video nasa taas. In Final Cut kasi dahil sobrang fluid ng workflow, you could actually move your audio at the top, right? On the top here, usually pwede yan, but hindi siya pwede ngayon. You could even put it in the timeline itself. Obviously, blank video. So, ang ginagawa minsan, lalagay mo to sa taas. Di ba? So, similar. Same lang din ang nangyayari. In terms of the fluidity of the flow. Gets yun? Alright. Okay. Now, you could even double click on the audio if you want to, right? And then you could adjust the volume, right? Itong line na to, this is the volume, up and downs. Ang standard volume is 0 decibel, 0 dB. Itong mga parang pin, this is for fade. Just drag it here and you have your cross fades or your fades right here. Okay? Okay? So, the same here. Pwedeng ito, pwedeng ganyan. Pero ito kasi mas malaki lang yung view. Got it? Question? Okay lang ba kayo? Okay lang kayo? Okay. Sige. Alright. Okay. I'll move on. Now, let's get into this next part here. Diba sinabi ko itong dalawang icon na to, this is for audio skimming and video skimming. The third icon, this is solo. Now, what solo does is, if you click on a particular clip and click on solo, it deactivates everything else in the whole timeline and it focuses only on one clip. Now, what it does is, pag nag-a-apply ka kasi ng effects and other settings, ang tendency kasi magalaw mo iba o ma-apply mo sa iba. So, pag naka-solo ka, you have no problem in mistakenly editing other clips because you're just focusing on one. Okay? Something nice. The third one is snap. Meron dito sa Premiere. So, snap is when automatically, diba, parang meron siyang nag-snap siya. Explanation doon. Right? Nag-snap yung bawat clip natin. Pag wala kasing snap, what it does, nag-snap siya automatically sa main timeline kasi. See here, diba, pag pinagdidikit ko tong dalawa, parang hindi ko alam kung sakto ba na magkadikit o hindi. Kasi obviously, pag hindi magkadikit, mag-overlap siya. Pero pag magkadikit, hindi siya mag-overlap. Pero pag hindi siya magkadikit, hindi mo din na maalam kung may gap ba sa gitna. So the snapping will do the job to ensure that walang gap in between. Walang gap na millisecond or frames in between. Okay? That keeps you safe within the editing. Alright. Now, okay na? Okay pa? Okay pa? Sige, follow through lang and then I'll let you explore after this, okay? Alright. Now, the next panel would be our inspector. Right here on the top right here, this is the inspector. The inspector is if not one of the most important panel in the whole Final Cut, kasi this is where all the settings of the clips and the effects are viewed. Parang ito yung effects control button sa Premiere or Final Cut. Sa Premiere or After Effects. Yan, nalilito na ako. Alright. So if you click on one clip, makikita mo dito lahat ng basic setting for the clip. You have the blend mode, like Photoshop-wise, diba? All the subtract, multiply, darken, opacity, transform. If you click show here, you could adjust the scale, X, Y, Z. You could rotate. You could do it this way, or you could even do it numerically. Okay? The second one is crop. Now, magkaiba ang crop dito sa Final Cut. Ang trim is the usual crop that we understand, right? Where you only select a portion of the clip. The second one is crop. Yung crop talaga is when a particular if you adjust the left, right, top, bottom, nagfo-focus yung buong clip dun sa particular area na yon. This is the original crop for Final Cut. Yung pagkaintindi natin ng crop sa Photoshop at sa Premiere is this crop where you, di ba, select this one. Oh, naka-crop na yan. Ganun, di ba? Okay, so that's the difference. Ken Burns is when, ano nga ba to? Ken Burns. Do you know what's Ken Burns? It's when the clip automatically draws near to a particular area without your control. At automatic siya nangyayari. It's better look into the it's better adjusted sa see, nakita no? It automatically draws near into a particular area of the clip. And its automation, I think it's based upon the relationship of multiple clips together. Ganun siya. Sige. We'll hide this one. Distort. Numerical distortion to eh. But if you click on the icon here, you have like a Photoshop type of trying to play with the clip. Right? Okay? Okay ba? Okay. There is an internal stabilization within Final Cut. It's not the best, but it does the job. If you check on this one, it's analyzing a particular motion and it will stabilize. Okay, we're not gonna deal with that as of the moment. Now, apart from the numerical adjustments, di ba? Yung crop and transformation, pag i-click nyo tong icon here, you can actually adjust it. Okay? Parang Photoshop style, transform tool. Right? If you do remember. And that will be something interesting to use as well. Now, minsan, pag ayaw nyo pumunta dito sa baba ng pinaka-preview clip, nandito na din yung lahat. Okay. Transform, crop, and distort. Okay? Questions? Sige lang, watch lang. Alright, on the next icon here is the automation feature. The first one is balance. So, automatically, ibabalance siya yung kulay for you. Okay? Automation lang to. Automation. Pangalawa is match colors where if you would choose 2 frames within the clip, right? And you would match the color together so that it will be consistent. For coloring to. Now, if you click here, show color inspector, this is the color grading tool that are inbuilt sa Final Cut. Right? And then, you could see here, in this particular part of the clip, may tatlong category, color, saturation, exposure. So, this is the global option right here. And this is the blacks, the grays, and the whites. So, you could, try to play with it. Kung anong kulay ang gusto mo. Basta itong pinaka-global, lahat to. Saturation is you could adjust the percentage and then the different palette in the saturation if you want. Exposure works the same. Highlights and darks. Shadows. Okay? Now, you can check and uncheck to see the original and the applied one. Now, okay pa? Gets nyo? Hindi ko makita kasi nandito sa ano. Kita nyo ba? On the far right, meron dapat dyang presets. Nakita nyo? Do you see it? May presets dapat dyan. If you look at top right, di ba katabi ng color board? Dito pa sa baba, sorry. Sa presets on the bottom right, if you click on that one, may mga built-in presets na naka-available for you to choose. Can you try to play with those? Here. Di ba may mga presets dyan na naka-ready na for you to actually choose. Okay? Parang yung looks sa Premiere. Ano ba? Ayan. Okay? Any question on this one? Alright. Sige. Let's hide the color inspector. Same location here. Now, the next one is duration. Okay, next one is duration. So, again, the first one is slow. If you click on this particular clip here, duration, slow, you could already choose the percentage na 50%. Now, as you can see here, pag nag-change siya ng duration, meron sa taas na parang row. If you click on the top, you could put it back to normal, you could put it back to slow again, or you could put it back to fast. If you want custom, lalabas to either forward or reverse direction, and then the rate 50%, 100%, 200%, 500%, 1%, 2%. Obviously, the higher percentage, the faster. The lower percentage, the slower. Okay? Or sometimes you could do it by duration. Like, kung 11 seconds tong original clip, gawin natin 50 seconds. Diba? So, ang equivalent na sa rate? 23%. Okay? Alright, so that will be speed. Hold. Check out hold. Hold naman is basically, in this particular, kunyari, ano ba? Atong part na to, right? Naka-point tayo dito. If you click on hold, you see that? It's creating a few frames that is holding the frame, right? And you could adjust this if you click on the end part of that red highlight. You could expand the hold into longer hold or duration. Okay, that's one. The second one is blade speed. Blade speed is when the clip is being fast forward in a quick, parang bibilis siya biglang babalik sa normal, tapos biglang bibilis ulit. Ganun. Example, if I have this whole clip here, right? Sorry, ano ba? Sige, ito lang. Yan, sige, ito na nga. Ito lang para mas mahaba. Click on the blade speed. You can see here, this is 100% and this is ilang percent? Hindi kita dito. Let's do it here instead. Blade speed. Why ayaw? Okay. Ayan. So you could adjust this to kunyari, fast, right? At tingnan, merong gray area dito. Ibig sabihin, ito yung transition niya from fast to normal. So this is fast here. And then balik siya sa normal speed. So you could do that from slow to fast or fast to slow. I think sa Premiere, kung gusto mong gawin to, it would take multiple ways or multiple steps before you could even get to that effect. But this has like an automated way of doing it. So, something interesting. Alright. Kaya ba? Something fun. Check out this one. Instant replay. This is so interesting. Medyo comedy siya. Kunyari, gusto mong i-replay. Ito, yung pagtaas ng kamay. So, i-point mo dito sa part na to, sa frame na yan, click on instant replay, and you want it, 50% speed. Medyo comedy siya. At naghang na sa akin. Yan. So look at what happened. Actually, sorry. Kasi you have to select. Dito papasok yung range, 'di ba? Nag-range tayo kanina. Etong part na to, nag-range tayo selection. I-rearrange ko lang etong part na to. Gusto ko i-replay. So duration, instant replay 50%. And go back to select, see what happens. Oh, di ba? Nagets nyo? So, sige, haba natin yung replay and gawin natin siya another 50%. Nakita nyo? So, replay. Oh, di ba? Gets nyo? And then, pwede nyo palitan to, di ba? Lagay natin dito, abangan. Mamaya. Diba? And then, got it? Okay. Make sense ba yun? Alright. Sige. Ay, I'm okay. Done na yun. Tama na dun sa duration. Can we move on? Move on tayo? Sige, balik tayo sa inspector. Kanina, we're only viewing the inspection for video. Let's get now into color, right here. Color yan, di ba? The next one is audio. Now, as you can see here, I'm just gonna put this down. Here, this is the volume. You can adjust the volume here, or you can adjust the volume here. The second one is equalizer. You don't have to do this, but if you want to enhance the audio, you can click on check and click here, and you could already choose some presets of equalizer for audio. Right? So, kung treble boost, mangyayari, masyado matalas. Kung treble reduce, so, alright. The second one is, if you click on the icon here, this will show your EQ. For some of you who are audio person, right? So you can flatten the EQ, which is going back to standard. You could already, play with the EQ if you know how to do that. And you can have up to until 31 bands of EQ. Okay? For some of you who are audio. Okay, the next one is panning. Panning is interesting. This is something hard sa Premiere. Panning is obviously left to right, right? So normal, stereo. Then you can adjust kung puro left or puro right. Now, this is really fun. I really like this. I use this a lot sa different types of, like basic surround, kunyari, right? Basic surround. At tingnan nyo, sa baba, papasok tong 3D visualization of the surround way of doing things. Right? So if you try this in your earphone, this is really fun. Like as of now, eto tayo, right? Eto tayo nasa gitna. So if I play right, front, middle, left, back, right. So you could actually, pwede nyo gawin tong keyframe. Diba? Kaya diba may effect minsan na umiikot yung scene? Kunyari, diba, para may scene ka sa film na para umiikot ka? You could actually play it with sumasabay yung ikot ng audio na ganyan din. You could actually do that. Okay? So something that you might wanna try. Right? Ambience, tapos may mga preset. Ito, ambience, ganyan ang itsura, visually, music-wise, ganyan. Dialogue, mas malapit sa tao. So again, it's really up to you. Alright? Okay, the last one is metadata for the clip. Metadata is important, especially sa mga shot list. Okay? Di ba sabi sa film kanina, isang film would take you 5,000 shots almost. So metadata is key on finding those shots. Alright, let's get into a more fun part. I know we have 30 minutes left. More fun part here. Click on the bottom right here. You have the FX browser. Now this is where it really gets fun. A lot of students would react to this in a different way. So you could choose here actually presets where in Premiere it will take you multiple combination of effects. But for Final Cut, it's just one effect. So it's categorized first sa video and audio. Now let's check this out. Kunyari, let's go over sa distortion, right? Or sige, let's go over sa looks. And then you hover your mouse and you can see pini-preview niya, tanggalin ko na itong color board, pini-preview niya yung pinaka-effect on the clip itself. Right? Meron pang gato, night vision. Or meron memory, or diba, isolate. I mean, sige, let's choose one. Kunyari, one of my favorite effect, can I share you my, one of my favorite effect is bad TV. So it's like this. Now, so obviously, ang pini-preview niya, yung naka-click lang na clip. If I highlight this all, it's gonna preview all, right? All the films, all the clip. So I want to apply this, kunyari, dito sa part na to. So I'm just gonna drag this over here, right? So nandun na effect. Now, as you can see, sa inspector natin, nakita natin, biglang nagkaroon ng check yung effect, right? And then, if you click on the clip, lalabas dito yung effect na in-apply natin. And then the options are provided within that. Right? So amount ng diba? Tapos may roll pa, yung mga ganyan, diba? So you could like alright. And then let's give some other try. Sige, now you can try to do some other effects. Give it a try. Right? Like security. Diba? Pwede natin pagpatupatungin lahat. O security. Tapos eto na, diba? Hide naman natin to. Sa security, you could check gano'n kadami, saturation, contrast. You can play with that. And then show the date, medium date, long date. Okay. Diba? Okay, tapos looks. Gusto natin siguro yung ano ba gusto natin looks dito? Mukhang malungkot siya eh. Dito, day into night. Gusto natin drama. Sige, let's make it. Gawin din natin drama. Rain. Kunyari rain. Naulan. Diba? Sobrang lungkot kasi niya eh. Right? So rain, and then you could choose what direction of the rain you want to. Gano'ng kahaba yung gano'ng kalaki yung ano. Density ng rain, colorize, gano'n. Diba? Amount ng rain, brightness ng mga rain, anong angle ang gusto mong pili. Pili ka ng angle, diba? Tapos, you're like, tapos, babaan natin yung volume, bagalan natin para mukhang mas dramatic, diba? And then, diba, parang, umuula. Ayan. Okay? You could check that out. These are really fun. Ito, kunyari ito, yung mga nahihilong part. Right? Nahihilong. Sa mga horror films, alam niyo yun, yung mga nahihilo. Diba, yung... tapos, magdagdag tayo ng color. Gawin natin tint. Right? O, diba, yung horror film. Alam niyo yun, yung, diba, yung mga... Pag nahihilo yung character o nagkakaroon ng ano, ng whatever psychological challenge. Get that? Now let's get into the audio now. The audio naman tayo. Sa baba. So audio, again, just click a particular part. Kunyari ito.
Tatrabaho pang may tagultong pamilya natin. Tapos yun yung pang madadatan ko. Pambira naman yun, no?
Sabi ko sa actor ko, hampasin yung pinto, hindi ako nag-direct ng short film. This was during our student days. ETY students. At graduate na naman sila, kaya hindi na nakakahabulin. Nasa akin pa yung raw files eh. Okay, so if you hover your mouse on a particular clip, just hover your mouse here, and then press spacebar. So this is vintage radio, right? Walkie-talkie. So madami ng effects actually available for you. How about, let's go into spaces, right? Like, sabihin natin to, spaceship, right? Spaceship.
Tapos yun yung pang madadatan ko.
Sorry.
Kaya ko naman nagtatrabaho pang may tagultong pamilya natin. Tapos yun yung pang madadatan ko. Pambira naman yun, no?
Diba? Or, pwede naman, I don't know, like, some voice here, you know, like, monster, galit na galit si kuya. Diba? Ayan.
Pambira naman.
Sorry.
Oo! Buta mo! Kaya ko naman nagtatrabaho pang may tagultong pamilya natin. Tapos yun yung pang madadatan ko. Pambira naman yun, no?
Kunyari, monster tayo. Sige, monster. Or, baka mas okay, robot.
Oo! Buta mo!
Okay, gusto ko to. I'm gonna apply it over the clip, right? Ina-apply ko yung effect dun sa clip. Now, look what happens. Sa inspector, you have to go over dito sa audio, right? Doon sa audio settings natin. At nagkaroon na tayo ng effects, right? Here. Again, kanina video tayo, di ba? Ngayon, dito naman tayo sa audio. Now, you could choose what kind. Oh, si Android. Dito tayo si Android. Para Dragon Ball. Tapos, the amount of, effects, you can play with that, and some EQ and some other stuff here that you could choose, like, some quite a bit more technical options. Okay. Got it? Okay ba dun? Sige. Tuloy ko na ha. Oh my. You can explore. This is really fun. The next one here on the far right is transitions. Now, transitions is really, really fun sa Final Cut. This is what I love about Final Cut. Sa Premiere kasi, it's really medyo boring yung mga transitions sa Premiere. You have multiple ways of transition. So, you could choose, kunyari, let's go over some movement. And I want to go with, kunyari, this one, right? So, I'm just gonna hover this. pwede mong i-preview yung transition. Just hover like that. And then click it and press and drag it in between. And you have the gray area where you would see the transition done. Ayan. Or, you could even go, lights. Light static. So, tutugma natin dito sa parang bad TV security, right? So, this is one of my favorite. Static. So, you could click over to that. Yan, di ba? At pag kinlik mo yung transition, minsan may other styles. Right? Ayan. Sometimes, pwede din light noise. Okay? And some other that you can explore as well. Alright. Meron pa kayo dyan, di ba? Wala na ba? Wala na. Ito lang. Where are... Ooh. Okay. On the top left here, kita nyo pa ba? Dito on the top left. Sige, sarado na natin ito FX. On the top left here are the titles and the generators. Titles and generators. So if you click on the titles, merong iba't ibang option that you can actually choose. Like, kunyari, this story is about like drama. So you could put it here in the middle and may animation na yan. And double click here. Lagyan natin dito Pambihira. Right? So this is our title. Right. And then you could even have like a 3D type, or meron din dito mga lower third, ang dami dyan. You could explore. Okay? The next one is generators. Generators are visual graphics that can be added into your film. Right? So this could be elements like shapes or time codes, solids, color, textures, backgrounds. And some of these backgrounds are animated as well. So you could have this, kunya itong blobs. Siguro ito na lang. Sige, ito lang blobs. I'm gonna put it up here. Then, look to dito. Yan, diba? Nakapatong siya, di ba? So I could go over, I could choose even colors that I want to, and then punta ako dito sa video right here, di ba? I could change my my composition into blend mode. Pwede din occlusion. And then you could even crop this. So you could, gusto mo ganyan lang. And all the other stuff that you actually want to explore. Okay? That's probably just the basic tools and options that you need to know for Final Cut. And so the exercise that we're gonna do next meeting is that you're gonna use the same clip that we have right here, and I'm gonna ask you to create a trailer for this particular short film based from this clip from this scene. I forgot. Pag kinlik natin dito, katabi nung generators and text. Oh no. Talaga, wala. There should. Ayan. Inspector. Bakit? Ayan. So, dito saan ba? Eto. Saan to? Top left. Click on this folder here. You could actually have multiple sound effects built in sa Final Cut. Kunyari, theme music, right? And let's go over to theme music talaga. How about some others? Like sci-fi, right? And they're like, okay, I want this one to be here sa away mode scene, right? And I will drag this one for yung crossfade, right? Meron unti-unti. Sorry, right there. And just have it like diba, pambihira. Tapos, diba, after nan, gawin natin impacts and crashes, diba? Galit tayo. Ganyan, lagay mo yan dito sa baba. Nakikita niyo yung idea? So put it somewhere along. Command plus and minus to make your timeline bigger. Zoom in, zoom out. Shortcut yan, ha? And just maybe put it, kung saan yung hinataw? Ayun. Doon. So put it there. Since nakasnap tayo, madali tayo kumuha sa timing, di ba? Ayoko nung sound effects niya. Saan ba? Inspector. Tanggalin ko lang to na para maintindihan natin na mabuti. Yan. So,
natin. Tapos hindi pa madadagdag ko, pambihira
diba? Tapos ito, kunyari, nahihilo siya, di ba? Parang nawawala siya sa sarili. Wind. Ayan. Wind. Pwede yan, pwede. Sakto sa mga mangyayari. Diba? Kunyari yan. Ayan. Tapos maglagay tayo, kunyari, ng mga animals. Mga naririnig niya. Ayun. Lagay natin dito. Ayun ako. Lagyan natin dyan. Ta-transform na siya sa Hulk. Hulk the Violet. Diba? Tapos, naulan. Kailangan natin na naulan. Pag minsan ang gawin nyo, ganito na lang. Just click on effects, gano'n, and just write rain. Diba? And we have, you can place it here. Tapos merong, wala may trend. Okay. Now, this is where the hand is important, diba? Yung hand kanina. Kasi now you could just go over and, do that. And even zoom out like this and go over and do that. Okay? Is this making sense now? Mas nagkakaroon ng bigger picture how it works?